Hi, my name is Scott Popyk, and I'm the founder of Healing Dose Compounding Pharmacy. I'm a 1991 graduate of Wayne State University, and in that university setting, I had my first exposure to compounding and dispensing. It was a 5-credit class, and honestly, I thought it was just out of touch with the modern practice of pharmacy. Had I known that compounding was still a service that was very much needed by doctors and patients, I would have probably had a different attitude in that course. But as it turned out, life can be a little ironic, and as it turned out, I ended up building my career on compounding and dispensing. So I started off early on working for a long-term care pharmacy that serviced a lot of nursing homes, and so we had prescribers in there who held on to some sort of old tried and true remedies for various things like wound care and whatnot. I used to joke that the compounds would roll downhill to the interns, and I was an intern, so I made a lot of compounds in this environment, and I played an instrumental role in revising their compounding formula record. Just did a lot of things there in that space. And then simultaneous to that job environment, I actually ended up working with an infectious disease specialist who treated a lot of wounds and whatnot. So I started to also develop a special experience in antibiotic, anti-infective care for patients, chronic non-healing wounds and things of that sort. In 1996, I actually decided that I would start my own pharmacy. And at the time, it was a custom compounding only pharmacy. And it was I was told, it was so rare that there were probably no more than 300 similar pharmacies in the nation at the time. So pretty rare type of thing. Compounding, I learned at that point, or knew at that point, was sort of like enjoying a resurgence as doctors and patients started to demand and request therapies that weren't quite found or available in a traditional community pharmacy setting. So compounding is the art and science of preparing dosage forms from pure ingredients for doctors and patients. So it's all very specific type of therapy that patients receive from a pharmacy like this. With a lot of industries, there is opportunity to improve, and with this young industry, compounding, that is, accreditation became an option for the industry in 2006. And we were proud to become one of the very first pharmacies to achieve accreditation nationwide. Since 2006, accreditation has been part of our storyline. Fast forward 2026, Healing Dose Pharmacy. We are a custom compounding facility that specializes in sterile, general compounding services, and even the handling of hazardous medications that need to be custom compounded. So at Healing Dose Compounding Pharmacy, we work really hard to make it easy for prescribers to use our pharmacy services. We do this a couple different ways. One, the doctor can just send a quick question in via text if they like. Obviously, they can call us via phone. They can submit questions through our website. We can help assist with the preparation of customized script sheets if that's desired. We have an electronic prescriber portal that can also be available. A custom formulary can be designed based on the prescriber's preferences. And we're open to any ideas for conversation that prescriber might have in terms of sending orders to us. Another aspect that's really important to prescribers is that we're part of the SureScripts network, which gives them the ability to, through their EMR, to create an order and send it directly to our pharmacy management system. If there's an issue or a question, clarification, we can communicate back to the doctor through that SureScripts platform that they're familiar with and their EMR is designed to work with. And so it's important, just as it is important for a prescriber to be able to reach us conveniently, it's important for patients to be able to reach us conveniently as well. And so we've got an array of options available to them. And if any of those aren't their preference, they can always come into the pharmacy and speak to us across the counter. A pharmacist is available, certified technicians, we're here to help. When a prescriber is looking for or selecting a compounding pharmacy to work with, it's important, one, that a prescriber find an accredited compounding pharmacy. Everyone talks about quality, but quality means nothing if there is no standard for comparison. Accreditation means that a pharmacy is following the standard of care that's established in the United States Pharmacopoeia. And they create standards for both manufacturing as well as the compounding industry. Another standard indicator of a quality operation is legit script certification. That's another credential that is available, and it shows that a facility has got third-party review of their operation and the integrity of that, and that they're trustworthy. Healing Dose is CCE accredited, PCAB accredited, actually one of the first in the nation in 2006, as well as legit script certified. What I like to say to doctors and patients, if our accreditations and credentials don't really make sense, what I'd like you to know is that more than anything else, our accreditations, our pedigree, give you peace of mind. They mean that you don't need to worry about the details because we've done that. We understand what the requirements are for excellence in compounding, and we deliver on those. We don't just say that we do. We don't strip the quality out for the sake of price. We give what we say we're giving, which is quality and excellence. I think when prescribers are hesitant to use a compounding pharmacy, a little bit of history can help their understanding about where we came from and where the profession is going and how they can exercise the availability of a compounding pharmacy in their practice. For starters, compounding is the basis of the practice of pharmacy. Pharmacy originally dispensed only custom-made medications, and then with the advent of manufacturing, everything, 99.9% of it became a manufactured product. And then more recently, over the past 30 years, there's been more demand for customized dosages that fall between the cracks of what is available commercially. So it has been a present and growing aspect of the practice of pharmacy, very niche, and it's available to prescribers who understand that it is available to them. And then from there, it's a matter of understanding how to utilize the different tools available through an accredited quality operating facility. At Healing Dose, we work with many different types of providers, obviously generalists, but you get more into the specialists, and they're oftentimes the ones who are dealing with more problem type scenarios, more outlier scenarios that don't fall into the typical diagnoses, and therefore don't fall into the typical medication regimens that are available through a retail pharmacy type situation. So we're dealing with really the gamut of prescribers that are out there, but often compounding ends up requiring a specialist who's dealing with more outlier type situations. In addition to that, we're dealing with practitioners who work in sort of concierge type situations where they're really customizing medication or prescription care for a patient. The example I always like to give is I'm kind of a tall, lanky sort of guy, and sometimes, more often than not, I can't just go to Nordstrom's and find a shirt that fits me. And if I do find one, I have to go get it tailored. Otherwise, I just have one made that fits my build. And so as that tailor is to clothing, the compounding pharmacy Healing Dose is to that patient with special needs, and we provide the custom medication that helps them achieve the ideal outcome they're looking for. So veterinarians often require a medication that's either in a liquefied dosage form or maybe an ear preparation. Usually flavoring is part of the equation if it's going oral, or if it's going to an ear, for example. There are just certain criteria that you have to go through in terms of evaluating whether the medication is appropriate for that route or not. But animals are mammals just like us, and so they use a lot of the same medications, but those medications do have to be customized oftentimes when the medication is a human med. It needs to be fitted back to the animal in question. And we deal with all types of animals. We're dealing with, usually pets, so dogs, cats, but ferrets and mice and rats and you name it, birds. So we see a lot of different types of animals. Veterinarians really understand most often of any type of prescriber out there. They seem to understand, right out of the box what a compounding pharmacy can do and the role a compounding pharmacy can play on their team. because they realize that their patient population has special needs, and this is the type of facility that can shape that medication to fit the need, again, to optimize the outcome, whether it's flavoring, custom strength, specialized delivery. These are the things that the veterinarian is seeking to address through customized medication. In terms of our culture here and how that all interplays to create great products, service, and care, all of our team, they're certified technicians. They're trained continuously in the art and skill of compounding. Our pharmacists are trained in the art and skill of compounding. And I would say, just in simple terms, we get it that we're here on a mission every day to make a difference for that patient who has been turned away at every other pharmacy they've been to, or maybe they've been through multiple prescribers before they found a prescriber who understood the value and utility of customized dosages to help that patient achieve a better outcome. So we all get that by the time a patient has arrived at our doorstep, they've probably tried and failed on multiple other therapies, traditional commercial therapies that are sort of one size fits all. So we understand. We understand that patients are fatigued sometimes when they get here. You know, they might even be desperate. They feel like this is my last shot. And a lot of times compounding is providing that last shot successfully because the dosage is customized to their need finally. So if you're looking for a strategic pharmacy partner to help with your compounding needs and optimizing outcomes, we can be that solution for you. Just contact us at Healing Dose Compounding Pharmacy or check us out on the web at hdrx.com.